As forewarned, on the old Twitter box, joining us on line number 2, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. You're on the air.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Oh, best kind. I was just calling. I was compelled to call in today as a man called earlier from Corner Brook, talking about the poor service he was getting on the public transit out there. So I live in St. John's, so I was just calling from my own point of view out here. But as you pointed out, we're in a situation now where ridership is really low because of inadequate service. Service is inadequate because ridership is really low. It's a tough situation. It's not a cycle. How do we get out of that, right? So there's a couple things that, I was looking up a few things online and just wondering if it was ever quantified. But I came across a study by the OECD and found that traffic congestion was found to cost the Toronto economy $3.3 billion a year, and that's in lost productivity and things like that. Now, of course, you have to scale down the numbers for St. John's, but we all know how bad traffic is getting, and it's only going to get worse as we grow.
It's atrocious. The traffic is atrocious. But, Jeff, no matter how bad it gets, do you think that will indeed send people towards public transit? Because I don't. I think people are gluttons for punishment. They don't care if they got to sit in their own car for an hour as opposed to spare themselves of that headache and heartache and get a bus. They just won't do it. For some reason here, we cannot embrace public transit.
It is a bit of a cultural thing for sure. But I know in my own experience, I spent a number of years living in Toronto and myself, and it was just the traffic's at a point where it's just easier to take the transit because you have good service. And again, that comes back to how do you get the good service without the money. But that kind of brings me to my point about something that I heard from Councillor Tom Han on the radio a while back. It's a little known fact that the provincial government taxes the city of St. John's upwards of $300,000 a year to operate Metrobus. And that's St. John's buses on St. John's roads. So, figure that one out. It doesn't really make sense to me. So, with this being known and the health benefits of cleaner air, a certain amount of people will use it if the service was better. But, myself being a little bit of a fiscal conservative, I would never say that the state of the ridership and everything being now that the government pour a lot of money into it. But my question is, why is the provincial government standing in the way of this? $300,000 to provincial government is not even a drop in the bucket.
Well, especially when they don't pay us any tax for all of the property that they use in the city of St. John's. So you're right. I think it's bogus.
Absolutely. And then when you think about $300,000 a year in Metrobus's hands, now, that could be a couple new buses, could be a new driver, could be a new route. It could be, you know what, if I'm going to get on the bus today, how many stops don't have shelters? You're going to stand in the rain for half an hour waiting for the bus. You put a shelter there. How many shelters could you build for $300,000 in a year? Just think about that. Like, why is the provincial government, I should say, standing in the way of that? I just don't get it myself.
I think they're excellent questions that you pose, and I don't know why either. Could we improve public transit? Absolutely. Would it actually result in more ridership? Minimal, I would suggest, because of the cultural issue that you point to. We can't even get people to take the parking ride to go to the Caps games by. And that pull-up and at your convenience, walk on a bus and get dropped back at the door of your car. It's really quite something.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's an issue there, but I would say it's not a reason to.
I'm just talking about the mindset.
Yeah,
that's all.
Sure. And you're right, but we can still get out of the way of public transit and say we recognize the benefits of it, and we don't think that we should be taxing $300,000 a year to the municipality who's already pretty strapped for.
I really appreciate your call today. Once again, I hope you continue to call at this frequency, brother.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.